Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to do another MRE checkup, and that is today we're going to talk about the American MRE. This is the meal ready to eat individual menu 17. So, yeah, uh, before we start, if you're interested in detective stories, this is my first book called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch. If you're interested, take a look in the description. There will be a link. So, yeah, this is another MRE that we're going to open up. And yeah, I'm not going to eat what's inside of it because I already ate this exact menu, and I'm going to tell you what my findings are about it. And in contrary to the French MRE that I ate before, this menu 17 is very short. What do I mean by that? On the French MRE, everything that was inside of it stood on the package, but here it's only three things: pork sausage patty, maple flavored sausage, the pork, and yeah, that's a little bit short in my opinion for everything that is inside. If you do not know what's inside of it, then it's a more guessing work. If you never ate this, if you're an American soldier, you would know what's inside of it and what you will eat. I'm pretty sure that I will keep making this joke that there will be no apricots inside of this. If you want to ask why, ask the Marines. What I like about this kind of MRE is they are very small, compact. The French MRE was just this big block cube, and yeah, it could be fitted more. You can fit more a little of these, and they are sturdily packaged. They have a little bit flaps all around, but they are very sturdy, and they are made in a material that are less likely to be penetrated by bugs. Rodents, on the other hand, could easily find a way to chew through this. The French MRE, they had like carton and plastic around them, so it was very hard to nibble through it, but this has a lot of edges that any rodent can chew through, so that's one bad point. Another thing that I don't like is the price. These MREs cost 18 euros. The French one was for 24 hours, and they cost 12 euros. So 18 euros, and that is in a surplus store. So imagine how much this costs per unit for an American soldier a day for a meal. So this is just one menu, so to say. So I don't know if this is for the French one was for 24 hours, but I'm not sure this is for 24 hours. So let's see if my standard is. To be honest, I don't really need that much food, but for some people, this could be a little bit too little. So we're going to open it up. So, peelable seal. So, yeah, kind of hard to get into this bad boy, which can be a good thing, but if you do not have any tools around, that could be a little bit annoying. Fuck it, I'm going to open it with a knife. So, yeah, I finally opened it. So, there's one thing that I like about this MRE, and that is this thing. If you can open this. The French one was made out of carton and plastic, and there was nothing you can do with this. With this is made out of hard plastic, and you can always use it like a bucket if you want to gather water from a river. You can you can get in a river, collect some water, and use that to filter out or something else. And even if you are very handy with it, you can close like this. If you have something to tie this up, you have something to carry water inside of it. So that's something that I like about this kind of packaging. It's also packaging for all, how do you say this, climates. So yeah, that's also something that I like about this. But yet again, it's very expensive. So this is now packaged into this. So yeah, let's open this up with a knife to be careful. So let's see what's inside of all of this. You can see there are less items inside of this than the French one, but let's see. We got a spoon. It's not a spork, it's really a spoon, so yeah. I would have preferred it if it was more like a sport that you can be a little bit more how to say this multitasking. It's a little bit stronger than most plastic spoons, but I would not trust it to get into something a little bit more sturdy, and it's more easy to break that way. So that's something that I do not like about this. So the thing is, you also don't really see what's inside of it directly. The other foods, they had the pictures and in big letters what's inside of them. These are all made for especially designed for military, so they are really bad and you have to really look what's inside of it. So I'm going to take some gases and we'll go buy them one by one. So this is the hash brown pots with bacon, peppers, and onions. So if you can see, I'm not going to open it because I already ate these ones. This is more like a mash of like it says hash brown pots with bacon, peppers, and onions. It's bland at best. I ate this and it was really bland. Even though there are peppers and onions inside of it, perhaps it's my European taste buds, but yeah, this tastes really bland. And what I also don't like about this is in the French MREs, the meat, for example, like this, was in cans, so you can scoop everything out of it. But these are more in bags, so you really have to push. If you open it, you have to really like a how do you say this, like a toothpaste. If put a toothpaste tube, you have to really squeeze everything outside of it, so there will be a lot of food that will be left over that you have to either open fully and scoop it all out, and it's a pain in the ass in my opinion. So that's something that I don't like about this kind of packaging. Let's go to the next one. This is a beef stick. It's just like a dry sausage. It's teriyaki flavored, but yet again, it's not. There are better things. There are better dry sausages you can buy in the store that are more handy. If you can see, it is just. This is actually just the sausage that's inside of it, and it's inside of this big package. So there's a lot of package for this small sausage. I know that is perhaps the way they manufacture it, but it's only 100 calories. So this is the whole package for just 100 calories. That's a little bit weird in my opinion. Perhaps it's very good holdable, but for till it's expired. But to use it in a bug out bag, it's a little bit too much in my opinion. But there's a lot of information on inside of it if you have good eyes. So yeah. Next, this is a maple muffin top. That is just like, yet again, it's like this piece of muffin is inside of this whole package, and it's also, as you can see, very small. So it's like a very small dessert. It contains a lot of nutrients, I see, but to be honest, it's just like any muffin, like a dry muffin that is in a bakery for at the end of the day, I would say. So that's the best thing I would say, that it's this taste. Even the maple does not really come through in the taste, in my opinion. I like maple syrup, so perhaps that's why I'm a little bit biased against this, but you don't really taste the maple in my opinion. Yet again, this might be my European taste buds and standards, but those poor Americans are getting duped in my opinion. So this is the pork sausage patty, maple flavored, yet again, and this is like a small piece of meatloaf, and yet again, this whole package is just for this small little piece of patty. Yet again, this is, in my opinion, the best part inside of this MRE, because it's meaty and it's a little bit there is a little bit flavor that you can recognize, and it's filling. But for the rest, you have to, if you're on the hurry and you have to eat this cold, it's bland. If you heat this up, I can see that the taste could really come through, but yet again, it's a very small thing for the packaging that it is. So if you have to throw this all away, the enemy will find you really fast or know that you are in the area. And especially if they don't like Americans, you are in trouble. And it is I hate this one. It is a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder, and yeah, this is inside of this is like a bottle that you can put water in it, and I hate this because this is grape flavor. And anybody who like this kind of grape powder mix kind of stuff, I I have pity on you because I could not when I was eating this, I did not finish it because it just tastes so. It has such a chemical taste in my opinion, and I did not really like it. If I'm in a survival situation, yeah, of course I would drink it, but it tasted so horribly that I did not like it. So I do not really understand why Americans like this kind of grape juice kind of flavor. So yeah, and for this bottle, I can understand why this package is so large, because this is like a bottle and it says use allow water just chemically purified to stand 30 minutes before adding to beverage powder, and yeah, put it in the canteen. So single use only, and yeah, yet again, I really don't like that stuff. And it is the granola. It is like a muesli, and yeah, it was at best bland. The French one, it had a lot of taste, but this, I don't know. I tried to eat it, and I really did not finish all of it. I mean, don't say that I wasted a lot of the contents of this, but it was like, if there was anything left, I would not have the intention to scoop it all clean. So yeah, that says something about this. And yeah, it's like everything is like chemical, like too processed in my opinion. So that's the thing that I really don't like about it, about this granola with white milk and blueberries. But it's all so, yeah. If you like to eat fresh foods and vegetables and fruits, then you're really not going to like this, because this is all dried out, chemically neutered in my opinion. So yeah, yet again, I don't really like it. Let's go to the next food item. This is a table syrup. These are two. This is just one package of maple syrup. So what I guessed from the earlier that it is just for one meal. So that's why there is less of it. But this big of package for just one big meal. Of course, you can spread it out through the day, but if it's for one meal, it's not really worth it for the money that you invest in this kind of MRE, especially not for the taste. Yet again, these are perhaps my European standards, but yeah, I probably like my things a little bit more fresher. Then it's not like to sound like I would eat this stuff in a survival situation yet again, but to live on this is bad for your morale, is what I'm trying to say. So yet again, this is like mostly chemically made. If you think, oh, here's there is some maple syrup inside of it, it's natural. No, if you look at the ingredients, it's like corn syrup, fructose corn syrup, water, potassium, caramel, color, and artificial maple flavors, citric acid, and gum. So yeah, this is all but natural maple syrup, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's kind of a let down if you would have to eat this for during the apocalypse in the stressful time. Let's open this one first. So these are more like the seasonal things. These are like gums. If somebody in the comments know why there are always two packages of gum inside of the American MREs, please let me know why, because I always wondered why gum is so important to Americans. Is this like an American thing, or is it something like conduct or for hygienic purposes after eating, for talking to your commander or something? Because, or is it something against hunger to keep yourself busy? Because, or for a morale? I don't really know. Please tell me in the comments if you know about this. Um, Freeze-dried coffee. Um, I thought that I'm not really a coffee drinker, but I've tried the coffee from the French MRE, and that was okay for getting energy. I could drink it, but this freeze-dried coffee, I don't know, it tasted like a little bit bland in best. But yeah, yet again, I don't know, really, not to sound snobby, but it really did not taste that good in my opinion. So yet again, this is like a paper towel. If I can allow to get inside of it. Paper towel that is inside of this piece. I don't know really why it's like this. Perhaps it's for making, how do you say this, to cut some cost, because this is clearly cut in two for some reason. So yeah, if you can see, and this is how it's went in the package. So perhaps this is from cutting cost or something. That is a moist paper towel. So yeah, it's latex free, it says. But yeah, I would prefer to have more of these paper towels in my MRE than a wet towel, to be honest. So I don't know why this is. This is a creamer, non-dairy, for coffee or tea. And the weird thing is, wait a minute. So that is creamer non-dairy, but I did not see. Weird. Ah yeah. Oh yeah. I just had the coffee. I did not recognize it as coffee. So so for coffee or tea, but that means that the tea should be. That is all right. That is kind of weird because there is no coffee. There is no tea inside of this MRE. So perhaps the tea is in other menus of the MRE line. So yeah, that's kind of weird. So if you are like a tea drinker, you're fucked in this. So that's kind of weird in my opinion. So yet again, there's a little bit of milk powder, and yeah, I don't think that it is really that's healthy because of all the. If it is just milk powder, then there is a whole load of chemicals inside of this. If you can see in ingredients, so yeah, could not be that healthy, I would say. It says corn syrup, solids, coconut oil, sodium caseinate, milk derivative, dipotassium phosphate, uh, monodisaccharide, sodium almonosilate, and contains milk. All right, so contains milk, but it's not in the ingredients, so that's kind of weird. And it is yet again a sweetener. In the French MRE, we had 2 packs of each 5 gram full of sugar, and it is 0-calorie sweetener. And that is something that I find weird in these American MREs, because you would think that you would want real sugar for energy and not 0-calorie sweetener. Perhaps it's something that the American Army need to include inside of this for some nutritional reason, perhaps, but I don't see why you would put a 0-calorie sweetener. The last MRE that I ate, and this is menu 17, so it must have changed, did not contain this thing, nor and it also had some tea, so I find it weird. There is some real sugar, so yeah, why just not 2 packets of sugar instead of this 0-calorie sweetener? So that's something that I find very weird. And iodized salt, so this very small salt package for your food. So no pepper, no spices. So yeah, very bland. I don't know, is it if any American has that watched this has been in the army, has it always been this bland, this MREs? Because I only ate menu 17. So if there are other menus a little bit better, please let me know, because I find it kind of weird from this European perspective upon military MREs. So I think this is a big difference between Europe. And of course, that is the last of it. That is your heater. The French Emery contained a little foldable stove with four, how do you say this, blocks of fuel that you can heat your cans up. These things you have to heat up in this thing. Um, there is a whole list on how to use this, and to be honest, I don't really like to use this because if you are used to it, I guess it can be useful, but I found it a little bit difficult to use if you, especially because I do not use this that much, but it could be more easier is what I'm trying to say. So what you have to do is you have to fill up this up with water. There's a chemical element inside of this that will heat up the water. Do not overfill because over this line, and I mean this because if you overfill the water inside of this, it will explode. So that's not really that handy. And yet again, that is either you put your hot beverage inside of it. So that's something that you put inside of this. And then when it's heating up, you put it inside of this carton like this, so you can hold it while it's heating up without burning your hands. So yeah, and it also, oh yeah, and I forgot something. This also contains some of the ingredients inside of this. So yeah, that is something that I do not really like, this kind of chemical things, because there is too much things that could go wrong, and it's needlessly too much plastic in my opinion. So yeah, the foldable stove you could reuse again if you have like a tin with some gasoline inside of it to heat up a can, or some small pieces of wood to burn it, or some coal that you found on the way. So yeah, it is something that's one time use and it takes time to use, is what I'm trying to say. So that is the American Menu 17 MRE. The only cool thing about this is that you can use this bag as a water, this package as a water bag. All the other foods taste is overall a little bit bland, too chemically, to my opinion. There's nothing fresh inside of this. Perhaps you can keep this for a long time, because that's another thing that I have not watched for this, is how long can you keep this. 2039. All right, so that is something that I have not watched yet, and that is that you can keep this till 2039. So you can holy crap, you can be like, you can hold on to this MRE for 15 years. So that's why it's also chemically dry and bland, because you can just, and all this package, because you can store it for a very long time. So yeah, that makes sense in a way, and that also could be the reason why this costs so much. So yeah, these MREs are good if you want to survive in a long-term situation. So yeah, that could be good for the price, but in my opinion, just for this price, you can buy 10 kilo, at this moment at least 10 kilograms of rice that you can hold on for 35 years. So yeah, I would say these MREs are not really worth it, but get a few to, they can be used as a way to bargain, or to help other people on their way, or to just put one in your bagout bag for a quick meal perhaps. But for other things, if you got money, go ahead, be a sport. But for the most people, I would not like to buy a lot of these, because I could use the money for other survival things that would help me better than this. So uh, I would say I hope this video helped you to make your choice about your survival strategies, about MREs and other foods that you can put in your pantries. And I would say make up your mind from everything that I told you about this. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Cheers!